Hello and good morning. Welcome to Camp Gretchen Wilderness Survival School and Pine Forest Brown Cry. Today I am going to show you how to craft cordage. And this video is going to be shared to both my YouTube channels because not only is it an important skill for those who practice wilderness survival skills and traditional bushcraft, primitive survival, it's also a skill that our ancestors who came here to this new continent would have brought with them and just known how to do inherently. It was something that they would have done for their own survival. In particular, my ancestral heritage of the Pennsylvania Dutch, those of Germanic ethnicity who came from the Palatinate and settled here in Pennsylvania. And those folks, a lot of them in particular, several lines within my own heritage, really pushed westward in Pennsylvania into regions that were not yet heavily settled by those who came from the old world, and they had to really create their own communities. They were carving out settlements, so they were practicing wilderness survival skills. The Pennsylvania Dutch in particular are agricultural people. They're very connected to the earth. We are people who are very familiar with herbs and plants for medicinal purposes and for culinary purposes, for healing. And it's just very much a part of our way of life. We are waste not, want not people. So it would have been our way just to make do. It always has been our way just to make do with what we have and to use the earth and what it provides around us for everyday things. So it would have been very prudent for us to use plant material to make our rope. So getting right into it, this is blue sedge grass. It is native to Pennsylvania and much of North America. I have it growing right in my backyard, and this is where I am seated today making this video in my own backyard in front of my garden with my fence construction. My fence is almost done. Hopefully it'll be done today. Anyway, so blue sedge grass grows to be about 2 to 5 feet in length, and it's very fibrous. So any plant material that is fibrous will work for creating cordage. We could get into different environments and what's available. Again, I'm huge on researching the area that you're going to be out exploring in or traveling to know what plant material, what herbs, what vegetation is available to you for medicine, for food, for making rope, for creating things that you need, for utilizing the environment for your own survival. So what you want to do for utilizing this type of plant material is I just grabbed a few strands, probably about a half dozen here, and I'm just going to twist it toward me until it kinks upon itself. I'm starting in the middle of the plant, and when it kinks upon itself, that's the beginning of my rope, that's the beginning of my cordage. I'm going to bring it in close to you here. I'm not going to move my camera because once I do, the sun's going to get all weird and then you're not going to be able to see, and then I'm probably going to drop my camera and it's not going to be good. So I have a left side and a right side. I'm going to take the right side, the side that's on top for me, and I'm going to just continue twisting it towards me 2 times. Then I'm going to take the left side and just flip it over the right. Now, what was my left side is now my right side. I'm going to twist that right side twice toward me. Then I'm just taking that whole left side and flipping it over the right. Left side is now my right side. Twisting that right side 2 times. Then taking that left side and flipping it over the right. Twist twice. Flip the left. Twist twice. Flip the left. Meanwhile, I'm holding that loop at the top with between my index finger and my left thumb to keep it tight. I really like to keep this nice and neat and tight in a wilderness survival situation. I'm just going to do the best that I can, depending on my circumstances and how quickly I needed to get it done for what purpose. So this cordage could be used to secure branches that I'm using to make a shelter. It could be used for fishing line. Of course, I would use very particular plant material and for fishing line. So we wouldn't use something like this for fishing line, but it is possible to make your own fishing line from plant material. Just keeping that in mind. So this is just one method of creating cordage. This is just a rough cordage that you make very quickly out there to get the job done. So again, take left over the right, the left becomes the right, twist twice toward you. Left over the right, left becomes the right, twist twice toward you, and so on and so forth. At some point, you're going to get to a point where you're going to have to splice in, meaning you're going to come to the end of this. So this is a longer grass, so it's going to take me a while to get to the end of this. If you're using a very short grass, you could be doing it, splicing in very quickly. So let's pretend that I need to splice. Let's say I'm at the end already. If I need to splice, I'm just taking my next piece and I'm bending it, not directly in half this time, because I need one side longer than the other in order to keep it going and keep it clawing into, weaving into the cordage so that it stays. So I'm going to take it like that. You can see one side longer than the other. I'm just going to put it up in the V, so like that, so it becomes part of what I'm already doing, and just continue on. Left over the right, twist twice on the right, left over the right, left becomes right, twist the right twice towards me, left over the right, right twist twice towards me. Now the longer I get, I'm no longer going to be able to hold the end here. So what I'll do, I'm using a really handy stool I got at a thrift store in front of me. It has a rope that I'm just going to secure the braid in front of me. You can just put it under a heavy rock. You can use your foot to hold it down, whatever in front of you. You just want to keep it secure so you can keep this braid going. I call it a braid. It's more of a twist, what have you, whatever works for you. Just so you know what you're doing when you're doing it. Left over the right, left becomes the right, twist twice toward you. So if you're in a tropical type of environment, palm works excellent for any type of weaving, crafting. It's very fibrous. Really, just like I said, need to experiment. You want to keep it tight. Okay, so I'm just going to stop this where I'm at. Kind of very crude, rough cordage here from the blue sedge grass, but it's going to work. This will secure. Obviously I can make feet and feet and feet of this if I keep splicing it in. Just going to take some time. Obviously, know your priorities. Know what when you're in a wilderness survival situation, know your priorities. Know that you have to keep your positive mental attitude. You gotta get that shelter up. You gotta get under cover. You gotta get your fire and you secure some fresh water. But cordage, very handy out there, especially if you're gonna be out there for any length of time. You're gonna be looking at doing something like this. Look how strong that is. Definitely come in handy to tie something. Look, I'll tie a little knot with it right now. I could easily tie, there's just a regular little cross tie. Could easily tie a square knot right out of that right now. So, cordage. Practice. So when you're out there, you know what you're doing. You can find something, you can use it, and you can survive. And you can connect to your ancestors as well. Know that these are a lot of lost art. This is a lot of lost skill. That rope cordage is something that you can run to a convenience store and find some rope. I could go across the street right now to the convenience store and get a thing of rope and use it and think nothing of it. Just mindlessly buy some rope. I could go to the outdoor store and get some good paracord. I always recommend paracord. I'm from the modern school of training primarily. I obviously have bushcrafting skills as well, but if you come to my modern school, I'm going to tell you to carry paracord on you. It's excellent. Again, you mindlessly buy paracord, you don't have the depth of knowledge of where even our tools come from. You know, like back in the day, people made them, we made them, and we used them, and we survived with them, and so can you. So it's a skill to have. So I hope you have a great day and have some fun with this. Bye-bye.